Welcome to What the Wrestling, the podcast where you break down the biggest moments, hottest takes, and the wildest stories from the world of pro wrestling. Whether you're a diehard fan or just stepping into the squared circle, we're here to give you the real scoop on everything happening in the ring.
I'm your host, RJD, and we're about to take a ride through the latest and greatest in pro wrestling. Get ready for all our hot takes, deep dives, and all the wrestling you never knew you needed.
Don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe button and join What the Wrestling family so you never miss an episode. Now let's step into the ring.
Oh, you already know what time it is. That's the button from my wife who I'm looking right at. No, don't run now. Don't run now. So, my wife is looking right at me. This is a taped live stream, so this won't be live. But she's looking right at me right now with those beautiful, sexy brown Latina eyes, asking herself, why is he looking at me during his show? He should be focused on the content instead of looking at me. But because my wife loves me, she's like, you're eating too many mints. I'm not lying. There are mints here. You see in the camera? My wife says I eat too many of them. And you know what? She might be right. You know, the first step is accepting that you have a problem. So we're going to hit the Don DeMarco for my wife for worrying about my well being. Love you, baby. Oh, see, I heard that. So, yeah, no, I wasn't bullshitting. All right. So, y'all already know I'm here for a good time and not a long time. So, let's not waste any time. Let's go. I'm eating all up in the camera. Why did I do that? Yes. What is going on? RJD here. Welcome to What's the Wrestling, the show that brings you all things wrestling. Once again, I am your host, RJD. Hit the like button. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to the bottom of the channel. Rock out with me. I got a new segment. We're going to introduce it here. And you guys tell me what you think in the comments. But this new segment is called Bad Booking or Good Business. And we're going to see what's going on. Bad booking or good business? I guess time will tell. So that is the one update I have. Shout out to everybody. Anniversary was yesterday, so there was no show. Yeah, I can't blame me for that. Good anniversary. Had fun with the wife. Now we got the show today. We're gonna double up SmackDown and Raw reviews tonight. We're gonna keep it quick, keep it smooth, keep it sexy. We in, we out, and we're out of there. So Let me see what's going on. So, those are the only updates. And we have SmackDown, then Monday Night Raw. So, you guys already saw my SmackDown Black Friday review. Please go back and look at that. Shout out, we are over 180 subs. And I appreciate every single one of you for hitting the like button, hitting the subscribe button, and rocking out with your boy. And as always, real quick, back to the updates. Real quick, if you would like to have your long form videos transform into short form videos, then please click the link for Opus Clip. That is right. Opus Clip turns long form videos into short form videos, generating multiple clips using AI. It takes the whole editing thing out of it. The AI chooses it. And if you want the AI to locate specific things in a specific way, you can do that. So click the link below, Opus Clip. That's how I use it. And that's how my clips come out crispy every time. So hit Opus Clip, hit the link at the bottom of the channel. Love me some Opus Clip. Now, SmackDown. Let's see. So, first we're going to start at the top. We got Jacob Fatu out here, everybody. And he is looking at your tribal chief. So, pretty much what happened, Roman says, we hear is bloodline as usual. He hates CM Punk, but they made history. Fatu comes out and said, listen, what I need from you is I need a shot at that. And what happens? He says, you know what? I don't know if you got it in you. Then we have Solo Sikoa and the NFTs come out. And you know what's back at the top of the card? The bloodline. Everybody throw your ones up and acknowledge the bloodline, because we have the bloodline 8.0, and we could keep the bloodline going forever. So we still have Tama Tonga and Solo Sikoa. They still have dissension. So what's going to happen there? That's going to eventually lead to a split for Tama Tonga, and which I am very interested in seeing, because he's gotten away from the gotten away from that. He's gotten jacked after coming back from injury, and yeah, he's going to be the leader of the bloodline soon. I see Solo Sikoa getting relegated to the back of the pack. So after that, he says, yo, listen, how you gonna face Roman when he can't even beat you? So after super kicking him, they said, all right, cool. So Jacob Fatu, Solo Sikoa was your main event, and Jacob Fatu wins after super kicking him consecutively and hit a pop-up Samoan drop and the mighty moonsault for the win. After the match, the MFTs tried to attack Fatu with steel chairs, but the Usos made their way to the ring but stayed on the apron as Fatu overpowered them, crushing their heads between his hips with the hip attacks wedged in the corners. Fatu put Tongaloa through the commentary table and then got in the Usos' faces, saying he see Roman on Monday. Yada I mean. So, good booking or bad business to have the bloodline back at the top of the card. I don't know if it's good booking or bad business. Time will tell. But what do you think in the comments? Is the bloodline at the top of the card good booking or bad business? I mean, we did have this for like 5 years in a row, so I guess we'll see who's right and who's wrong. What else happened on this show? While other people were getting fired, other people were coming and getting called up. Blake Monroe and Ricky Saints are on SmackDown. And we also have Fatal Attraction, JC Jane. I forget the other two ladies' names, but Fatal Attraction is on SmackDown as well. So while I was talking about a lot of people getting fired, people getting called up, things are moving around. So looking forward to seeing how this goes. We also had Tiffany Stratton beating Julia with the prettiest moonsault ever. I am shocked. And we had Julia, I think, breaking up with Kiana James. I want to say it was Kiana James, but they're now not doing so well or broken up already. So at the end of the day, if Julia doesn't get a reset and go over there to Raw with Oscar, Kyrie, and all them, well, not Kyrie, because Kyrie's gone. You know why? Because they fired her for no reason. But with Oscar and EO, if she doesn't get the hell out of there and go over there with them, I don't like her chances. I really don't. Brie Bella and Paige. Good to see Brie Bella back. I know she's been back, but it is good to see her back, mixing it up with wrestlers. Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair beat them via DQ. Because JC Jane attacked Paige post-match. Lainey Reed and Fallon Henley, those are the other two ladies, joined JC Jane and attacked everybody in the ring. And they are officially on SmackDown. So I like this for them. I think JC Jane, ever since Mandy Rose left, JC Jane has come into her own. And she has gotten a hell of a lot better. And you know what? I dig it. I dig JC Jane. Cody Rhodes offered a title shot to anyone on Raw, SmackDown, or NXT while acknowledging a mysterious puppet master pulling the strings with Randy Orton. So we'll see what's going on with that. How do they follow up with the pump kick and Cody's eye looking all crazy? I'm pretty sure that thing needs some time to heal, but they need to figure this out with Cody because people are going to end up booing him just because the damn story sucks. People really want to see Randy with that title. I would have just gave him the damn title now instead of SummerSlam, but hey, that's just me. So we had Damian Priest and R-Truth beating the MFTs via pinfall after hitting the Rise Up on Mateo. Priest and Truth retain the titles. The tag team division is dead. Dead. But at least we might get some entertainment. But the MFTs, they lose a lot, and it sucks. So, Sami Zayn was a giant gingerbread and spoiled Mr. Trick and Little Yachty's U.S. title celebration with a haluva kick to everyone. We got Danhausen and the Miz, Danhausen beating the Miz with a roll-up, using his cursed powers to distract the Miz, because you are cursed. And Rhea Ripley beat JC Jane via DQ after Fatal Attraction attacked Rhea Ripley. Y'all, SmackDown sucks. I don't like saying that about the show, but SmackDown is not good. They need to figure this out. Only thing I really want to see was Fatu, see what's going to happen there. Glad he came out, but they need to get control of SmackDown. They really do. But SmackDown is not good right now at all. So, what happened on this show? So, Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu, that looks like it is set for Backlash. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So, we're going to hit the down the marker for that. So, Roman comes out in the Usos. He said he was going to make, Jay followed up with saying there have to be consequences for Fatu stepping out of line, leading to Roman saying he's going to chew it over and make his decision later. Fatu interrupts Reigns, who's already in the ring, to close the show. Reigns told Fatu to make the correct decision and unite their family rather than divide it. Fatu reiterated and said, nah, we're not doing that. And he doesn't want the title. He needs it, and he's coming for it. He said while Reigns was stuck in the main event bubble, he's coming from up under. Fatu said the Usos and Reigns never called him when he was grinding for 12 years trying to make it to WWE, which is the truth because he was on the indies tearing it up. But Solo did. Reigns said Fatu sounded like a fool and he don't know what type of pull he had to get him onto the show. After Reigns claimed that allowing Fatu would have him face nepotism charges, Fatu locked him in the Tongan death grip before leaving Reigns lying. As Fatu left, Reigns grabbed the mic and says, "Listen, you want a match for Backlash? You got it." He left and he said he wasn't waiting for Backlash. He'd see him next Monday. So at the end of the day, this was smooth. It was okay, solid. We got our Backlash match. They're gonna have one another interaction. They probably beat each other up, and I fully expect shenanigans to happen. Roman's not going to lose, but there will be some interference. Maybe interference by Solo, maybe interference by the Usos. There will be some shenanigans in this match, but I think Fatu will look better coming out of it, so I'm not mad at that. What else happened on this show? Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez beat Lyra Valkyria and Bailey after Perez hit Bailey with the pop rocks. So good for them. They go back on a winning streak. The ruler, Obafemi, beat Grayson Waller after a fall from Grace just moments into the match. Waller was begging Pierce for an opportunity to let him, leading him into interrupting Mr. Oba, and the match was made. After the match, Femi said the Obafemi Open Challenge has commenced. So this is lazy, but if you're going to have him work his way all the way up, that's fine. But you couldn't give the man a proper program. Somebody, I mean, I forgot Jason Waller was even employed. Grayson Waller, my bad. And at the end of the day, Grayson Waller, I think, has stuff to add, but where the hell has he been? Eating chicken in the back. So, okay, whatever. Rey Mysterio beat El Grande Americano after the 619. Throughout the night, there was a lot of focus on the original El Grande Americano, and they have a mass versus mass match at the upcoming AAA event. So I fully expect Chad Gable, the original El Grande Americano, to lose because the other El Grande is tearing it up down there, I heard. Say his name and he appears. Joe Hendry and the Street Profits ran off the Vision. Hendricks performed the concert, ending a sing-along spinoff of Fire Logan Paul. After Paul and Austin Theory came to the ring, a brawl broke out with the Street Profits eventually running in to help Mr. Hendry. But what the hell does Joe Hendry have to do with the Street Profits? You just brought the Street Profits back. Why are they helping Joe Hendry? What? Why? Because nobody has anything to do? I don't know. They don't have nothing to do with each other. So I'm kind of just wondering why. Women's IC title match. Becky Lynch beat Io Sky with the manhandle slam. Lynch issued an open challenge that was answered by Io after Lynch attempted to back out of the match. Anna Pierce made it official. However, Asuka attacked Sky during the match, allowing Lynch to hit the manhandle slam and retain the match. Asuka locked in the Asuka lock after the match. And you know why? Because they had to fast forward through the part where Kairi Sane actually comes to Io's aid, and Kairi Sane stands up for herself and beats Asuka. You know why? Because they fired her like some bozos. While in the middle of a storyline. So, I got an easy one for y'all. Was that good business or bad booking? Letting go of Kairi Sane and having Asuka just come out and beat Io, cause Io this match without a proper payoff. Good business or bad booking? Let me know in the comments. El Penta beat Rusev via pinfall with the roll-up. Ethan Page was ringside during the match and attempted to join Rusev in his post-match attack, only to back down as Rusev stared him down. After Penta fought back against Rusev, Page returned to the ring to turn the tide before Mr. Bouncy, Javon Evans, came to the ring and the babyfaces got over on them. So, good to see the youngins mixing it up in the middle. The mid-card scene looks good on Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw is not as egregious as SmackDown. SmackDown is just boring and it's not a good show. They need to get something going over there. It's just not clicking right now outside of the main event scene. So, yeah, they need to figure that out. Seth Rollins challenged Braun Breaker to a match at Backlash. Rollins came to the ring, called out Breaker, accusing him of being the reason he lost to Gunther, which he was, forcing him to vacate the World Heavyweight title. Okay. And Breaker said Rollins used him and Bronson Reed to fight his battles, and he never needed Rollins, just Paul Heyman. Rollins talked about he know what it's like to be young and the future of the business, but that Breaker isn't there yet, and he threw down a challenge for Backlash. So, what's going to happen here? I'm interested. Ain't nothing wrong with a good Backlash attempt. So, that was pretty much your show, guys. There's a lot going on. Monday Night Raw was not as egregious as SmackDown, but they got to get a handle on SmackDown about what's going on with everybody outside of the main event scene and Roman Reigns. They got to figure that out. They have to. Because the stuff with Cody is, we don't know what's going on with him. They need to just put the title on Randy, because that's what everybody wants to see anyway. Tell us a proper story and call it a day. So let's see what happens. But good booking or bad business? Asuka, Kairi Sane, and Io Sky. Maybe they'll replace Kairi Sane with Julia after she just lost the title. And they'll do a switcheroo. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do, but they got to do something. That's all I got for you guys tonight. You already know AEW Dynamite review will be out most likely Thursday. Look out for that. AEW Dynamite open challenge most likely with Darby. How does MJF get the title back? I don't know. We'll see. That's all I got. I'm out of here. Enjoy the evening. Peace.